Using the font group. The font group on the ribbon's Home tab provides access to the font typeface and point size, bold, underline, and italics, border applications, cell background color selection, and the font color application, along with a Format Cells dialog box. Let's work our way through each one of these options. To change any of these, you need first to select the cells. So let's look at our first cell here, A1, which contains the label area and volume of a sphere. We can change the font by clicking on the font typeface. And one good thing about Excel, as you rest your mouse on the particular font typeface, it gives you a preview of it also. And you can see there are several of these. Calibri is the typical default font, but you can change that to any other default if you want by going to the File and Excel options. So let's choose one here. Let's go back to Calibri. We can also change the size. Again, Excel gives you a preview of it as you scroll down through. Well, let's use it at 24 point. Now, the bold, italics, and underline does exactly what it says. Bold, italics, underline. Now, one thing with underline, it does have a drop-down menu, and we can put a double underline. Depends on your application. Select it, and we'll change it to a single. We can also change the border. So let's go ahead and look at this. Let's put a single underline, bottom border, but let's say it's not what we want. By clicking on the drop-down menu, we see all the different options for our borders. Bottom, top, left, right, none. Borders all around, just the outside, thick box, and you can work your way down through it. Let's put a thick bottom border underneath our units. We also can put a fill. Let's say we want to fill in the area behind our radius, surface area, and volume labels. So we click on the drop-down arrow beside the theme colors, and we can choose a color. We'll say blue. A lot of times we'll use this for yellow to indicate a certain value that's of importance, just to make it stand out. We can also change the type, color. Just remember, as you do this, the background might make it very hard to read. If I select the same color as the background, it turns it invisible, or just really hard. One thing we need to learn also is how to make superscripts and subscripts. In this case here, our units for surface area are centimeters squared. So instead of using the caret key, let's go ahead and use a superscript. So I'm going to select just the two, then I'm going to the font drop-down menu and select superscript. And it changed it to a superscript. Now I can do the same thing with our cubed. Let's select it. But I'm going to right click on this time with my mouse and select the Format Cells option. Gives me the same window, superscript. Makes it look a lot nicer, more professional. We can also do subscripts if we were doing series and sequences, X1, X2, so forth and so on. The font group is very important, so be sure you practice with each one of these possible selections.